At the end of my presentation today, I want you to know the kit that you need to plug a tire in case of emergency. It is important that you always have a kit in your car that you can use in case of an emergency and having nobody to call for help. Imagine one day you wake up early in the morning preparing to go to work. It's early 6 in the morning and you're trying to get yourself together and go to work, but when you get the parking lot, you find that your tire pressure is low, one of your tire pressure is low. And you discover that there is a nail. You can call AA, it's too early to wake up friends, neighbors. And so as you go back into the glove compartment of your car, you discover that the person who sold you that car actually left behind a kit. You never even cared to look, but you note that the title of the kit is Tire Plug Kit. This is what you actually need at this moment to save yourself maybe a lot of money that you would have spent having somebody to come and do it for you, calling somebody to come and do it for you, or even losing your own job because you must be at your job at a certain time. So my goal is to show you exactly what you can do with what you got. I have divided this presentation in 3 parts. Part 1 is to help you identify the kit. Part 2 is to clean up the plug or the tire where you're going to, the place you're going to plug, and finally the plugging process. Let's start with identifying the tools. In that kit you find a tool like that. That's a pliers. You are going to use these pliers to pull the nail or the screw on the tire. The next load of kit that you find is attached to a piece of card like that, showing information at the back on how to use that, but I want us to break them down one by one. This is called a rasp. A rasp is going to be used in cleaning the hole or the puncture so that you can plug it. The next item that you're going to see in that collection is a needle. A needle with an eye. That's why they call it a needle, and this is where you feed the plug so that you can use it to plunge and plug the tire. The next items that you're going to see in this kit, and you find them there, is the plugs themselves. These are plugs individually used for each hole or each puncture. I'm going to show you in a minute how to do that. The next thing that you might find this intelligent guy did, he left a knife, or you might have your own knife or a blade that is used for cutting the excess plugs, and we are going to see that in a moment. The other thing that you're going to find is that this guy made sure that he had an air can, we call it fix-a-flat, that after removing the nail and plugging the puncture, he knows he can always go back and re-inflate the tire. And so the next part is of my short presentation today is how to remove that particular nail or that screw so that we can prepare the puncture for plugging. And I'm going to use the pliers I just told you about. And here we go. I'm going to remove the nail, and we are going now to use the plunger, the splash, the rasp to clean up the hole. It must be cleaned real good to allow for the plug to go in. And so right now you just turn it as much as you can to make sure that the hole is all nice and clean. Now while that is going on, before you remove it and in readiness to plug, you get one of the plugs. Sometimes you have to do this early enough so that you don't lose a lot of air as you prepare. Okay. one of the plugs, insert it through the eye of the needle, like that. And sometimes you'll need to use your pliers again here to pull it through. And you pull the plug halfway. And now we're getting ready to plug the tire, the puncture. Clean it some more, perhaps, because the cleaner and the smoother it is, the better and easier for you. And after you remove that, you're ready now to plug. And all you need is push, the best you can. And you're pushing it to a point where you are sure quite a bit of it is in there. And then you have to remove the needle suddenly, rapidly. If it doesn't work, you have to go back in there. And then pull it now, rapidly. Uh-oh. Make sure that it's all in there and cut the excess. Cut the excess so that it doesn't become bumpy. And your tire is plugged. And finally, you take your can of air and inflate or reinflate your tire. There. Now, air is flowing into the tire to refill or to reinflate. Now, I have shown you how to identify the kit that you have, that you need for plugging a tire. I have shown you how to clean the puncture, and I've also shown you how to plug the puncture. In conclusion, it is always wise to have this kind of kit that I've just shown you for in case of emergency, so that you don't have to call anybody, you don't have to lose your job, you don't have to spend money that you don't have in trying to plug a puncture that takes you only about $5 or even less than $10 to plug. So, good luck, and remember, it is very important that you do what you need to do in a situation like this, in an emergency.